Frank Fritz is a name many recognize from the popular show American Pickers. Known for his love of antique hunting and quirky personality, he captivated audiences with his unique ability to find treasures in the most unlikely places. However, not many knew about the hidden world he kept to himself behind the camera. When experts started going through Frank Fritz's estate, what they uncovered was so shocking that it left everyone speechless. These discoveries revealed sides of Frank that the public had never seen before, making this story more than just about a famous TV personality. It was about the hidden treasures of a man's life. For years, fans followed Frank's adventures on TV, but what lay behind the scenes remained a mystery. Frank had always been a private person, and his estate held more than just physical items. It was a reflection of his life, his tastes, and possibly even his struggles. When the estate was finally examined, no one could have predicted the shocking findings. There were rare items, bizarre collections, and personal memorabilia that revealed a different side of Frank, something deeper than his on-screen persona. Some of these items raised questions about his personal life, showing a man who was more complex than he appeared to the public. The discovery wasn't just about finding valuable antiques, it was about uncovering the layers of Frank's personality and life. What was found in the estate told stories of his passions, his past, and his untold journey. For many, this search didn't just change the way they viewed Frank, but it also made them question how well they really knew the people they saw on their screens. What Frank kept hidden in his estate made it clear that there was much more to him than anyone could have guessed. The impact of these discoveries goes beyond just curiosity. It leaves people thinking about what else might be hidden in the lives of celebrities and public figures. Frank's estate is a reminder that sometimes even the most familiar faces have secrets, and it's the unexpected findings that truly leave us speechless. Frank Fritz is widely known for his role on American Pickers, a show that showcased his skills in finding rare and valuable antiques. Throughout the show, viewers got to see him in action, hunting for treasures in old barns, dusty attics, and forgotten sheds. His expertise and quirky personality made him a favorite among fans. However, beyond his work on the show, there was much more to Frank that people didn't know. To the public, he was the guy who knew how to find hidden gems, but there was an entire side of his life that remained private. Before he became a TV star, Frank lived a fairly humble life. His love for antiques began long before his fame, and it shaped much of who he became. He didn't just hunt for items to make money, he was genuinely passionate about the history behind each piece he found. This passion for collecting and restoring antiques eventually led him to American Pickers, where his knowledge and love for history made him a key figure in the show's success. Frank's reputation as a down-to-earth and approachable guy made him well-liked by fans. On the show, he often appeared as the more relatable and straightforward of the two main hosts. His friendship with co-host Mike Wolf was an essential part of the show's dynamic. While Mike was often the more energetic and outgoing personality, Frank brought a calm and methodical approach to their hunts, balancing out the energy between them. Fans admired Frank's ability to stay cool under pressure, making him a comforting presence on screen. However, despite his fame, Frank remained a very private person. Little was known about his personal life, and he kept much of his background hidden from the public. This made the discovery of his estate so much more intriguing. His fans and the public had always been curious about what his life was really like behind closed doors, and his estate would soon reveal pieces of his past that nobody had ever seen before. When the search of Frank Fritz's estate began, no one could have predicted what would be uncovered. Frank had always been a private person, and his estate was an extension of that privacy. The search was not just about going through old items or collecting antiques, it was about discovering the hidden parts of his life. The process of searching through his estate was thorough, as it needed to uncover everything from valuable antiques to personal belongings that could give insight into his life. The estate itself was vast, filled with a collection of items that represented not only Frank's passion for antiques, but also aspects of his personal history. From the outside, it appeared to be just another private collection, much like the ones he had showcased on American Pickers. However, what lay hidden within was far more than expected. The search was systematic and careful, as the experts knew that finding rare and valuable items could offer a glimpse into Frank's world, one that had been kept private for so long. The people conducting the search weren't just looking for objects of value, they were also trying to understand who Frank really was. They were searching for clues about his life, his relationships, and his journey as a collector. Every room of the estate held something significant. There were rooms filled with old tools, vintage items, and some of the most unusual collections Frank had kept over the years. there was a sense of curiosity as the estate began to reveal its secrets, piece by piece. This search wasn't just about finding material items, it was about uncovering the deeper story of Frank Fritz. The process was like solving a puzzle, where each item discovered helped paint a picture of the man behind the TV persona. The estate was more than just a storage of objects, it was a treasure trove of memories and experiences waiting to be uncovered. And as the search progressed, it became clear that Frank's life was far more complex than anyone had imagined. As the search through Frank Fritz's estate continued, the experts began to uncover some truly unexpected findings. Frank was known for his love of antiques, but what was discovered went far beyond what anyone could have imagined. Hidden among the piles of old items were rare and valuable objects that spoke volumes about his interests and passions. Some of these items were incredibly unique, telling a story about Frank's life that had never been shared with the public. Among the most surprising discoveries were some vintage items that had been carefully preserved over the years. These weren't just random objects, they were rare pieces with historical significance. Experts were amazed by the level of care and attention Frank had given to his collections, often holding on to items that most people would consider nothing more than clutter. His ability to see value in seemingly ordinary objects became more apparent with each discovery. Some of the pieces found were worth far more than anyone could have expected, revealing that Frank had a sharp eye for valuable antiques even beyond what was shown on TV. But it wasn't just the valuable antiques that caught people's attention, it was also the personal items that Frank had kept hidden away. These included photographs, letters and other mementos from his past. These findings gave a deeper insight into Frank's life, showing sides of him that had never been seen before. There were items that spoke to his personal connections, relationships, and even his struggles. They revealed a man who was not just a collector, but someone who had lived through experiences that shaped him in ways that fans and viewers had never imagined. The discoveries left everyone speechless because they painted a much more complex picture of Frank Fritz. The items found weren't just things he had collected over the years, they were pieces of his life, each telling a story about who he was behind the camera. It became clear that Frank's estate was not just a place to store antiques, but a reflection of his deepest passions, memories and personal journey. As the discoveries from Frank Fritz's estate continued to unfold, it became clear that the items found were more than just objects, they were pieces of his personal legacy. These findings revealed a side of Frank that was hidden from the public eye, allowing fans and experts to see a more personal, intimate version of the man behind the TV show. The items that were uncovered not only reflected his love for antiques, but also offered a deeper understanding of his character and experiences. One of the most revealing aspects of the discoveries was the way they illustrated Frank's personality. For example, some of the personal belongings found in his estate, such as old photos, letters, and memorabilia, gave a glimpse into his past relationships and connections. These items were windows into the world of a man who had experienced many different sides of life. Fans who had only seen him as a collector on American Pickers were now given the chance to understand his emotional side, his friendships, and even his personal struggles. The items also told a story of Frank's passions, which extended far beyond his career in collecting antiques. There were items that pointed to hobbies, interests and even causes that mattered to him. Some of these items were connected to causes that had deeply impacted him over the years, revealing that Frank was a man with a compassionate side, someone who cared about more than just the next valuable find. These discoveries painted a picture of a man who was multifaceted, with a life full of depth, experience and meaning that went unnoticed by the public. In addition to these emotional findings, the items also raised questions about Frank's motivations and the choices he made in life. Why did he keep certain things hidden for so long? What did these items mean to him? The findings encouraged fans to think about the complexity of the person they had been watching on TV for years, giving them a new perspective on his life. Ultimately, these discoveries changed the way people saw Frank Fritz. The items found in his estate didn't just tell the story of a TV personality, they told the story of a man with a rich, complex life, full of history, memories and experiences. As the investigation into Frank Fritz's estate came to a close, the impact of the discoveries left fans and experts alike reflecting on what it all meant. The items found revealed more than just the treasures Frank had collected over the years, they revealed a deeper truth about him as a person. These findings gave a new understanding of Frank, not just as a famous TV personality, but as someone with a life full of personal stories, hidden struggles, and untold experiences. For many fans, The discoveries were eye-opening. They had always seen Frank as a collector, with a keen eye for valuable antiques, but these new findings painted a much more complex picture. The items uncovered were not just valuable, they told stories about Frank's personal life, his values and what mattered most to him. Fans began to realize that Frank had lived a life filled with memories, emotions and experiences that they never saw on TV. The items found in his estate served as a reminder that public figures are more than just the personas they present to the world. The findings also sparked a lot of curiosity about what other secrets Frank might have kept hidden. If this much was uncovered in his estate, what else was there to learn about him? The discoveries prompted people to reconsider how much they really knew about the celebrities they followed. They were reminded that behind the camera, there's always more to someone's life than what's shown to the public. As for Frank's legacy, these discoveries added a new layer to his story. It wasn't just about the antiques or the items he found on American Pickers, it was about the personal journey he had lived. The findings highlighted that Frank's estate wasn't just a collection of old things, it was a collection of his life, memories and experiences. It was a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable discoveries aren't the ones you can put a price on, but the ones that reveal the true essence of a person. These revelations left fans and viewers thinking deeply about the complexity of Frank's life and legacy. It was a story of a man who had much more to offer than just what was seen on TV, and the items found in his estate will continue to spark conversation for years to come.